Hello everybody and welcome back to the building of the Svensson Jungmeister. It's time now to get the radio gear finally installed and the power unit, which is a DLE 20cc petrol engine, which is all new to me. So I'm going to take you through what I'm going to do. The main servos are installed. There's the receiver with the satellite receiver. Let's just turn things on. There we go. I turn on the juice for the receiver. So there the servos obviously operating the rudder, elevator and throttle. This isn't connected up at the moment. And this device here, which I took a little bit of time to work out, is an electronic kill switch, which I think is important for when you're using gasser engines or petrol engines. Club member Eric, one of the stalwarts of the club, had an issue where he lost his servo to the throttle on a petrol engine, and he actually flew it for 40 minutes on full power. Well, I don't want to be there. So I want the ability to be able to turn off the juice, and there's a manual switch which I'll turn on, and there's an LED here which I'll see if I can do it. When I flick, that's going to go in the dashboard, and when I flick this switch on, you can see it comes on, and I'll be able to see that there's power to the spark plug, and I can cut the power. So it's a good safety feature to be able to use. So flick it on, ready to fire up the engine, flick it off. So that has to be installed. There's cavernous space actually. There's a whole compartment in here, and there's a big compartment here that's going to house this fuel tank. It's not massive, but I tend not to fly for ages anyway, and I know that the petrol engines, gasser engines, don't seem to use anywhere near as much fuel as the glows. And there's the engine that needs to go in. They're on hardwood bearers. It perhaps would have been just as easy to actually mount them on fiberglass mountings, but I've gone with the traditional design because these were part of the internal structure of the coal area. And this, oops, wrong way, I'm forgetting it's upside down. This fits in like that. Like that. So I'm going to install that today, I think, and as I go through the process, I'll show you how things are going. Everything's all fuel-proofed. It's all been fuel-proof, with a satin fuel-proof here and a 2-pack epoxy fuel-proof on the cowling area. I've got to set this up, and as I say, I'll take you through the process as I'm working through it. After struggling on for most of the afternoon, I've now got the engine installed. It's all fixed in now. The screws have been thread locked in place. The tank is in place. That's the filler tube here, and I haven't cut this yet, but that'll be the breather tube. And I understand that for gasser engines, petrol engines, you need to coil up a loop which I'll secure under the hood here when the cowl goes back on. I do intend on actually running it without the cowl to just make sure I've got everything set up right. I still need to install the ignition system, but I have, after much cursing, I have installed the kill switch, and you can just see, I'll put it on in a second, that I had to drill a hole to take the LED, and that was a nightmare because I hadn't anticipated fitting one and putting it in in situ wasn't a lot of fun. But let's turn on the transmitter. There we go. Everything here is simply lying about. Nothing's been fitted yet, but you can see there that flick the light on. That means there's power going to the coil and the ignition system, and when I flick it off, that cuts the power and it would stop the engine. Well worth installing, and it's so bright, it's obvious what's going on the field. Even on a sunny day I'll be able to see that. So I'm happy with that. This is the choke mechanism. It's manual. So if I pull it out, that's the choke closed. And that's ready to run. So far so good. It's been really time consuming just getting to that stage. Next thing I'll be doing, as I said, will be to install the ignition system. And then we'll put it all together and we'll give it a test run. Next stage, ignition system. Well, there you have it, folks. I'm calling this video done and this task done now. The engine's installed, the ignition system's connected up, nothing's tidied up, and that'll depend on when I actually check the CG out. I may have to shove everything into this compartment here. There's loads of room, so all the weight might need to be put in there, the batteries and so on, and there may need to be additional weight, I don't know yet. But I'm happy with that. It's done, fiddlier than I thought it was going to be, but isn't that just the nature of model making? I'm pleased with that. Thanks for watching this short little video. If you don't mind, could you give it a thumbs up? That helps spread the word. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, because if you do, you can follow me on my journey on this model making adventure. And there's another project in the background there. So thanks for watching. Take care. Let's all pray for good weather. Bye now.